And we're back. It's tunnel time. At least I think it's going to build a tunnel. We have about 10, 20, 30, probably from here to here I'm going to change elevation. See, there's a bridge maybe 35 feet that I have to, 35 meters that I have to go under, so I assume this is going to build a tunnel. If you can see, my new oil train going into Norfolk still has not made it back on the first route. But I didn't want to bore you with just building the pretty routine track that I just laid. I had to move this road over a little bit to let this come out okay. And I've already established my service into Anchorage. Decided I'm going to go Anchorage first over Virginia Beach. And I built my track all the way down, so I skipped the boring details, and now we'll get to putting in this tunnel. And then I'll be all ready to set up the train. I think I have to build a train depot on this line first. So let's see what happens. Is it going to give me a tunnel? Of course. Can I make it cheaper? A little bit. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Pretty soon I won't have much of a tunnel left. No drats. The longer I make my tunnel, the more expensive it is. Here's one of those cases where maybe I don't want to cut costs. Because the longer I make my tunnel, the more level this track is going to be. Watch the end of the tunnel right here. See, I'm making the tunnel smaller and smaller to where there's hardly any tunnel at all. Saves money. It also means I'm climbing my train up a pretty good gradient here and here. So by making my tunnel wider, electric trolley just came online. I don't have any use for that at the moment. So I think I'm going to leave the tunnel longer, spend a little bit more money, but decrease the amount of elevation change along my train line so my train can run at a higher speed for longer, because this is a pretty long stretch of road here. I think I'm going to go that way, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So nice long tunnel. I have that set up. Okay, and this is going to be, if I need to build a terminal over in Norfolk, I'll just be able to branch it off this line. That'll work out if I ever decide to do that. And here, move out of the way. I'm within the catchment area here. You can see how it lit up gray. And in Anchorage, I managed to get all the industrial buildings, almost all the commercial buildings. I just couldn't quite tweak it to where I got those. But when I start adding food, I'll compensate depending on how Anchorage grows in between now and then. I'm up to 38 fuel coming back on the Norfolk route. So that hasn't even ginned up to full capacity yet. And what do I have left to do? I have the depot built. I'm going to need more trucks on this because it's a little bit greater distance. And I have to build, let's see here. This depot's way over there. Yeah, I don't want to do that. That's just too much line just to put one train out. I'll just build another depot. The maintenance cost here, I'll show you in a second. The maintenance cost on buildings is really rather small compared to the money being exchanged elsewhere in the game. So if you're really hardcore penny pincher, you want to make more efficient placement of your depots, but for what we're doing, it doesn't really make a big impact. So trucks. Start with 10, see what happens. Did I define lines? Yes, I think so. Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay, let me define the lines. Truck route, train route. Oh, nice. I just bought trucks and here comes the steam lorry. I should have paid attention to that, or I would have known better. Because I would start off with steam lorries. So let's go back here to depot. Come here, truck depot. I haven't assigned them to the line yet, which is my saving grace. They weren't out there, and they cost me 21.7 because of game time. There's a little bit of maintenance cost. I sold them back for 20.8, so not too much lost. And now I have the much more efficient steam lorries coming out, which is perfect. I'm really at a loss for how many to put out here. I think I'll start with 8. Yeah, start with 8. We'll see what happens. Line 9. Get my train up and running. I'm going ahead and make it full capacity because if I bring back more than I need in Anchorage, I can send it to Virginia Beach and not worry about it. And now this is food, so I want boxcars. And put you out on line. Some of these colors make it hard. Uh-oh. What'd I do wrong? That connection's good. Somewhere along my line there is a break in the line. And it's telling me that it doesn't have a path, so I just need to run along and check and see where my problem is. Shouldn't be the tunnel because I built it in one fell swoop. Did I designate the wrong place on my line? Can't be my tunnel because I built it all at the same time. Sometimes when you're building tunnels in chunks, you don't line them up right because it can be sometimes hard to see, and it causes an issue. I don't see what the problem with my line is here. Freight. This terminal's 320. This terminal's 320. The heck? That's line 10 and that's line 10. Oh, I'm so stupid. Did any of you notice this? Do you notice I don't have a locomotive? That's what it is. That was really boggling my mind there. I clicked on the mogul and then I never pressed buy. So it couldn't connect the path because I had no locomotive power. That's resolved. Oh man. I am going senile here. My mom would be happy. No, she wouldn't. My mom's like 85 and a half. She's really cool. this past weekend, we took her to Dinosaur Valley State Park, just about an hour southwest of Dallas, and she got to see dinosaur tracks, real honest to goodness dinosaur tracks, not fake ones, but actual tracks left by real dinosaurs that used to live in this area 113 million years ago. So she was pretty stoked about that. But sometimes I seem to have the mental clarity of a dinosaur here, so I apologize for that. The point being, if you ever get a passing error like that, the first thing I normally do, I guess the first thing I should do in the future, is make sure I have an engine on my line, because that obviously you can't get on the line if it has nothing to push it or pull it. But the other thing is you just inspect your line all the way through, and if there is, like you're building a lot of tracks, sometimes there's a little gap in the track, or you saw earlier where my depot didn't quite hook up smoothly, and so it wouldn't allow the train out in the line. Usually things like that are very simple to fix once you discern where the problem is. So I'm running full capacity on line 8 now, which is cool. You're just leaving town. I'm just going to watch this on the way out. And if I'm down in the 30 to 40 by the time it hits the southern end of the line, I'll know I have my trucks pretty much right on line. And then as I come back, I'll be looking at I can double up this line, add another train, and serve Topeka. I can double up this line, add another train, and serve Virginia Beach. And I can also then build a truck line over here, and it'll probably require a third or fourth train on each line, and I should be able to hit all 4 of these towns relatively easy with both fuel and food. And I should be able to do all of this easily by the year 1900, and man, I'm going to have a really good start going. I'm really optimistic about being able to $1 billion by 2000. I think I won't have any trouble at all. Of course, saying that, I just jinxed myself, and it's not going to happen. But I'm pretty optimistic about being able to do it. So we're at the southern part, and I'm at 55. Whoa, seriously? I'm over here. He's on the way back. And you know what? He had 103, so I guess that's pretty good. He had around 100. Well, no, he didn't, because he didn't have a full train. You know what I'll do? Simple solution that I'm going to want to do anyway. This is line 7. Let's do this. I'll just bring steam lorries online. Replace now and also set up automatic replacement. And, well, that'll take care of that. Now I'll watch it over the next couple loops and see how good that goes. And since I'm just on downtime right now, I still have 16 million. I'm going to take a little break because I do have some stuff to do. It's 3 o'clock here. And my daughter's going to be getting home from school here real soon. And, I need to take a break off the game anyways. This is a good stopping point so the video's not too long. When I come back, I'm going to double up each of these tracks, add 2 new trains, service to 2 more towns, and with very minimal expense, I'm going to really boost my income. So until then, have fun, and I'll see you back in a little bit.